crazy. Have you ever spoken English and people understood every word you said, but you still walked away feeling, well, just not confident?
Yeah.
Maybe your grammar was mostly fine, you had the right vocabulary, yet your voice just sounded shaky or unsure. That lack of verbal authority, it's a massive hurdle for English learners, and we are here today to tell you that you're already equipped to sound confident. You don't need to study a single new verb tense.
Exactly. Our deep dive today is all about tackling that exact feeling. And our mission is crystal clear, to show you how to sound fully confident in English using the simple words and sentences you already know.
So we're not talking about advanced grammar books.
Not at all. We are bypassing all of that and focusing entirely on clear, natural communication. You know, the kind that makes you sound like a leader in everyday life and at work.
It's a complete reorientation, really. For years, we've been told that confidence is tied to complexity. The bigger the word, the smarter you sound.
And that's the core insight we need to flip. Confidence is not about using big words. It's all about the delivery. It's how you say those simple words.
When you master that, people listen to you differently.
They really do. And you feel completely different.
Okay, let's unpack this. Let's jump right into what our sources identify as the biggest mistake English learners make when they're, trying to gain that confidence.
The biggest misconception, bar none, is that chase for complexity. Learners believe that substituting a basic word with a difficult one will make them sound more impressive.
Right, like using endeavor instead of try.
Exactly. Or consequently instead of so. They think it'll make people take them more seriously.
But I want to push back on that a little bit. If I'm in let's say, a high-stakes professional meeting, shouldn't I try to sound sophisticated? Is there a risk that if I only use simple vocabulary, I might sound, I don't know, a bit childish?
That's a really valid question. But here's the essential distinction. True sophistication in communication is clarity, not decoration.
Clarity, not decoration. I like that.
When you force complexity, you introduce this huge cognitive load. Your brain has to find a less used word, make sure the grammar is right for that word, then worry about pronunciation.
All while trying to have a normal conversation.
Right. And that split-second delay, it creates hesitation. And hesitation, no matter what word you use, is what people hear as uncertainty.
That makes perfect sense. So the effort you spend trying to sound smart actually ends up making you sound unsure.
Precisely.
Let's prove this. We have a clarity test, straight from the source material. Listen to this first option, which is it's overly complex and sounds so weak.
Okay.
I would like to kindly inquire if it would be possible to receive your response at your earliest convenience.
Wow. Now listen to the second option. Simple, direct English.
Can you get back to me today?
Which one sounds like the person knows what they want?
It's B, no question.
Yeah.
The second one is shorter, clearer, and way more direct. The first one sounds like the speaker is walking on eggshells.
That simplicity is what builds instant confidence. When you speak simple, clear English, you get rid of that hesitation. There's no need to mentally translate a long, winding sentence before you say it.
It's just faster.
It's faster, it's more natural, and your voice just sounds sure of itself.
I know this feeling firsthand. I mean, when I started speaking English in work environments, I made that exact mistake. I thought using big words would make me sound educated.
And what happened?
The opposite. I had to speak slower because I was, searching for those words. My rhythm was all broken, and I felt less confident because I was struggling. Switching to simple English, it wasn't just easier for me, it instantly changed how people listened to me. I felt calmer.
You were in control of your words.
Exactly.
It's a massive shift. So let's move from theory to practical application. Let's look at some simple, everyday phrases that instantly signal confidence.
I like that. Let's start with how we express certainty.
Okay, think about this. The difference between maybe and I think. A lot of learners overuse maybe, and it just creates this feeling of uncertainty.
Right, maybe this is a good idea.
Exactly. It sounds a bit shaky, but if you just swap that with the calm authority of, I think, it's a huge tonal shift. I think this report is correct. It just sounds more grounded, more confident.
Okay, let's internalize that. Everyone listening,
Yeah.
try this out loud with a calm voice. Ready? I think this is good.
Excellent. Now, moving from certainty to commitment. This one is huge in professional settings.
This is about plans and tasks, right?
Yeah.
The phrase so many learners use is, I will try.
I will try. And while the intention is good, it just sounds weak. It leaves an opening for failure.
It does. Confident people substitute that with a clear commitment. I'm going to.
Yes. Imagine your manager asks about a tight deadline. If you say, I will try to finish by 5, your manager hears doubt.
But if you say, I'm going to finish by 5, that projects control. It communicates ownership.
Let's give that one a shot. Focus on the decisiveness of it. I'm going to finish today.
I like that.
Our third phrase deals with responsibility, especially when you don't immediately have an answer. The default for many is, I don't know.
Which can sound hesitant and it makes you feel a bit embarrassed, which just lowers your confidence even more.
Precisely. A confident person pivots to a solution. They say, let me check. 3 simple words. It shows you're taking ownership of the request.
You don't have to know everything.
No, but you have to project confidence in your ability to find the answer. It's a small change with a massive professional benefit.
Okay, let's practice that one with a calm, assured tone. Let me check.
And finally, a simple upgrade for agreement.
Instead of just saying a flat, okay, which is fine, but
It's a bit passive. Try switching to that works for me.
that works for me.
It sounds so much more positive, collaborative, and confident, especially at work when you're confirming a schedule or a plan. It shows you've processed the information and you're on board.
Let's try that positive confirmation. Repeat this one clearly. That works for me.
All right, a quick mini challenge for you. Which of these 2 options sounds more confident? A, I'll try to call you later, or B, I'm going to call you later.
The answer is B. That single shift from try to going to just changes everything.
It really does.
Okay, let's move on to what might be the real secret here. And it has nothing to do with vocabulary or grammar. It's about pacing.
This is so important. Confident speakers speak slower, not louder. We rush our English because we feel nervous. We want to get the sentence out before we forget the words.
I am so guilty of the, I'm going to send it to now, okay?
Yeah.
Fast talk.
And that rushing just destroys your authority. It sounds like you're chasing your own thoughts. When you slow down, you command the space, your voice sounds calmer, your words are clearer, and you feel more in control.
Let's hear that contrast again. Here's the rushed version, no pauses, totally unclear. I'm going to send it today, okay?
And now, slow and clear, with control, I'm going to send it today.
It's the same words, but one is panicky and the other sounds like a leader making a decision.
That's the definition of verbal confidence. Control, not speed. You are setting the pace of the conversation.
And here's a really simple, actionable tip you can use today. After every sentence, just take a short pause. Just enough time for one small, natural breath.
That little pause gives the listener time to process your idea, and it gives you a tiny moment to gather your next thought. It improves clarity for everyone.
Let's try that together. Say this sentence slowly, focusing on that calm delivery, and take a breath after.
I think this is a good idea.
See? When you bring that deliberate pace into a meeting, you don't need perfect words. You just need to speak clearly and calmly.
Okay, so we've controlled the middle of the sentence with pacing. But what happens at the very end, that determines if people believe you. Let's talk about the sentence ending.
Yes, this is where confidence so often breaks down. Many learners start strong, but they end their sentences weakly. And the ending is what people remember most.
We hear this all the time. The voice just drops, the energy disappears, and then they add a little tag that undermines the whole statement.
Like, I think this is a good idea, maybe. Or, we can meet tomorrow, if that's okay. That little tag at the end is basically asking the listener to reject your idea.
It's asking for validation instead of making a statement. The confident fix is to be clear and firm at the finish line. That means no extra words and no apologies. I think this is a good idea, full stop. We can meet tomorrow, full stop.
And here is probably the most critical tip of this whole deep dive. Do not add okay, maybe, or I guess at the end of your sentences.
Please don't. Those tags instantly make your statement sound like a question, like you're asking for permission for your idea to be true.
So we want decisiveness. Let's practice some short, strong, firm endings. Say this and keep your voice clear and steady right to the end. Say, I can do that.
And this one, this works for me.
Let's start now. That is strong professional delivery. Instead of saying, I can finish it today, I think, you just say, clearly, I can finish it today. Simple English, slow pace, strong ending. That's professional confidence. We've covered a lot today, but the great thing is you don't need a teacher to start using these techniques. You just need a little bit of daily practice.
We recommend a simple 5-minute daily confidence routine. 1, choose one simple sentence like, I'm going to do this today.
Okay.
2, say it out loud, slowly and clearly, maybe in a slightly lower voice than you normally use. And 3, repeat it 3 times, each time sounding calmer and more sure than the last. That's it. 5 minutes.
And you can do this when you're totally alone, in the mirror, while walking, while cooking. This isn't strange. This is how every great communicator develops their verbal control.
Remember the core message here. People don't actually care about perfect grammar. They care about clear, confident communication.
Yeah.
Your English is already good enough.
It is. Now it's just time to communicate with authority.
Focus on clarity and slowing down, not complexity and speed.
It's a total game changer.
So we'll leave you with this final thought to carry with you today. What is one specific, simple sentence you want to say more confidently in English? Just one. Focus on that single sentence, slow it down, and end it firmly. Your practice starts now.
Thanks for diving deep with us. We'll see you in the next one.